Namaste and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of my new videos. In today's video, I will be talking about the Makiage concealer and foundation that I had recently bought. I will also walk you through this look I'm wearing today. If that sounds something you'd be interested in, please keep on watching. Hi guys, welcome to today's video. As usual, I'm going to go ahead and get started with my primer, and for that today I'm going to go ahead and use this Versali Skin Tune. I'm going to go ahead and take a few drops of it. I'm going to apply this starting with my T-zone. Next, I'm going to go ahead and color correct, and for that today I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and I'm going to go ahead and take this warm coral shade, and using a Morphe 173, I'm going to pick that shade up. I'm just going to take it right under my eyes. And you always want to make sure you buff it out. You don't want to leave it just on top of your skin. You want to blend it out really good. I'm going to take just a little bit of it around my mouth as well. Next, I want to take my foundation from Ilmakiage, and this is in the shade 125. You always want to shake up your foundation a little bit right before you pump it out. A lot of times the oil separates from the foundation and it doesn't give you the exact product. And that's why a lot of times the foundation doesn't perform the way it's supposed to perform. It doesn't give you the coverage it's supposed to give you, or it doesn't give you the finish that you thought it would give you. So make sure you shake up your foundation right before you use it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation using a wet beauty blender. So I feel like it does give you a pretty decent coverage. You can build it up a little bit. You know, I'm going to take another pump. So I'm going to go ahead and build it up just a little bit. I just want to see how it looks when you layer it. I also went ahead and purchased a concealer, and this is in the shade number 3. I picked this one up because I like Tarte Shape Tape, so I want to see how this would perform. So I'm going to go ahead and just take it to my usual places. I did not try the concealer before. This is my first time trying the concealer. It does feel a little thick, just like Shape Tape, but I want to see if it's going to last as Shape Tape. Then I'm going to take the pointy side of my beauty blender and I'm going to go ahead and blend it out. It does give you that coverage. I wonder if it's going to crease. It does set pretty fast though. You have to work fast with this. I'm going to go ahead and set under my eyes, and for that I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder, and this is in the shade Banana. And I'm just picking that up on a BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. I'm going to take my beauty blender and make sure there's no creases. So I'm taking a very little bit of a product. I'm going to set my forehead as well. I'm just going to take this wherever I've taken my concealer. I think so far it looks pretty good. I'm going to go back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm going to go into the middle shade right here. And I'm going to pick up that shade on a wide angle brush from Sonia Kashuk. I'm going to go ahead and carve out my cheekbones. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and blend it out further. Next, I'm going to go back into my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and this is in the shade Island Ting. I'm going to pick this up on a BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. I'm just going to take this right over my contour. I haven't been able to put this bronzer down. I'm telling you guys, this is a good bronzer. Actually, I really like Fenty Beauty products. Next, for my blush today, I'm going to take this Exposed palette from NARS, and I'm going to go into this peachy shade right here. And I'm going to apply this blush almost at the highest point of my cheeks. I feel like when you apply the blush this high, it almost gives you that lifted look. I like to do this especially when I'm wearing my hair up. It kind of just pulls everything to the back. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I'm going to do them off camera and I'll be right back. And for that today, I use the NYX Brow Pencil, and this is in the shade Espresso. I'm sorry guys, I do not like this concealer at all. It really creased on me. I don't know if you can really see on the camera as I'm trying to blend it out. It's just taking the product off. Like, it's picking up all the product. And I do not like that. It might work differently for you, but for my skin, it did not work. It does look very drying, and I don't like the creasing in my under eye area. Next, we're going to go ahead and get started with the eyes, and for that, I'm going to use this MAC's Paint Pot, and this is in the shade Soft Ochre. And I'm just going to take this all over my eyes. Once I put it all over my eyelid, I'm going to just take my finger and I'm just going to blend it a little bit. You can also take a beauty blender and do this. I'm going to go ahead and set my eyes using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder that we had used for under eyes. And again, I'm not using a lot of powder here. I'm just using a little bit of it just so it avoids creasing. Next, I'm going to take this shadow stick from Mally Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Peacock. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my eyes. So the best way to do this, I feel, is you mark your line right here and then you open your eyes. And then if you can see, there's a line right here. That's kind of where you want to take this color. No further than that. So I'm going to take that right under that line because I'm going to blend it out. Next, I'm going to pick up the shading brush from Real Techniques and I'm going to start buffing it out. And you don't want to use too much pressure when you're doing this. So I'm going to start buffing it out just at the edge. And then I'm going to bring the product inwards. And that's kind of where I want it. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So you want to get as close to your lash line as possible and bring most of the color there. And then look up again. And that's kind of where we want to be, right here. Then I'm going to go into my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to pick up this shade right here. And I'm going to start blending it upwards. Right here, where the color ends. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now before I blend this any further, I'm going to go back into the palette and I'm going to pick up this pretty shade right here. And I'm going to pick this shade up on a Morphe 167. It's a flat brush. You always want to make sure you tap off the axis. And I'm going to start building that color. And you're just pressing this color on. And when you get to the edge of it, you want to pull it inwards. When you do that, you know you're not going to bleed the color all the way up to your lid. You're bringing it down. And then I'm going to go back into this shade right here. And now I'm going to blend this. And I'm going to bring this all the way to my brow bone. I'm going to take one of the Neutrogena wipes. It just creased so bad. And it does not look nice. I'm gonna wait for it to dry a minute. Next, I'm gonna grab my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Tan Sand. And I'm taking it right under my eyes, right where we wiped off everything. And then using my beauty blender, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set it with the Fenty Beauty powder. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face, and for that, I'm gonna use this Morphe setting spray. Next, I'm going to take this eye pencil from Marc Jacobs, and this is in the shade Black. And I'm going to take this eyeliner just on my upper waterline. For my mascara today, I'm going to take Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. For my highlighter today, I'm going to take this Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. This is a pretty highlight. I actually really enjoy taking my highlighter to the brow bone, instead of just taking a color from the palette that you use for eyes. I think that's such a pretty way to just bring it all together. And I'm going to take a very tiny brush from Sonia Kashuk and I'm going to bring it to the inner corner of my eye. For my lips today, I'm going to take this lipstick from Morphe, and this is in the shade Hey Sugar. That's a little bit too dark. I'm going to take the Still Is Liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Perla, and I'm just going to pop this in the middle. And then I'm going to take a brush and blend it together. And here's the finished look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I want to say thank you for spending your time with me today, and I will see you next time. Ciao.